cosmic, galactic breakup on the manifestation energy side. I don't know what I'm gonna call this, but breakups, but a little bit more than breakups. Just the stuff that comes with it, not only earthly but spiritually. Y'all with it? Let me go back, and I'm going back because I want to say, when you go back, you think you have the tools, but you do not have the tools. I did not have the tools. I had insecurity. I had all these faulty tools that energy vampires were giving me. And I don't blame myself too much. I just didn't know. I was always welcome to wisdom and sort of things. I just didn't have what I have now. What I have now. And that goes back to that moment I said in the questions video, that moment where everything could have changed if I had the tools. I got the tools now. But what I'm saying is, that's why it's important to look in the mirror. That is why it's important to be honest with yourself and not let any pride or ego get in the way. Are you good right now? I mean, not do you think you're good. Are you good? Are you seeing it? I was seeing it even back then, but I turned that into something negative because I let the energy vampires grab a hold of me. Let me talk about my breakup here. I'm going to take you guys a little bit back. I don't want to get too deep into these stories, but for those of you who don't know, I had a kidney transplant almost 2 years ago. And same with almost 2 years ago, the breakup. And she broke up with me before then. But there was some other stuff, like a lot of stuff I figured out. I see now I hated it, that I find out all this stuff like afterwards, where medicine influenced the mood swings and all that stuff. I had no idea. I knew, and at the time I was like, there's just a whole bunch of stuff going on in me. And then not only that, I gotta treat everything normally. And I'm a protector. Don't forget that, ladies. Men, we are naturally protectors. And I had the protection. I wasn't going to let nothing happen to her, just certain stuff. So I'm dealing with all that when I probably shouldn't have been. I should have just been resting and relaxing. I could barely walk. It was hard. I felt bad. People were making me feel bad that I didn't do certain things, like take a trip somewhere or whatever, you know. I'm like, everybody treat me like I'm normal. That's how strong I was, because everybody was treating me like I was normal. But at that time, I was on dialysis. Okay. So the reason why I bring this up is I had the insecurities. I didn't look in the mirror. Even though I welcomed help, but the help that I was getting was not secure. It was not secure help. A lot of the help, which I didn't ask for, was from the energy vampires. So it was just feeding me different things, and I just didn't have the tools to shun them away. You know what I mean? And I brought that upon the ex. You keep that in mind. Like, is this the best thing that happened to you? You remember that during the dark times. This is the best thing that happened to you. You remember that. Okay. So not only was she the best thing, so I knew it was coming, the breakup. I felt it. Whether she knew it or not, I felt it. And so that was just bringing my anxiety up, blood pressure up and all that. So that was just making me more anxious, you know. And so I thought that I would beat her to the draw, but then I couldn't do it. And then that messed her up. Couldn't do it. Then she finds out so she breaks up. And then, but this came after a talk, like a month and a half before the transplant. Like, hey, I may say some stupid. Don't believe me. Come and get me. She said the same thing. You come and get me. I said, all right. Okay. And then a month and a half later, you know, we all have some figurations there. But then she finds out I'm getting a transplant. Okay. And then she comes back. She was there the whole step of the way. And then when I get home, that was it. And I said, I'm coming out there. And that was a no-no. So, okay, what she said, I was like, and then, you know, one thing she said, respect, like, I'm keeping my word. And not only am I keeping my word, I always said, if I have to let go of something, I have to actually go and say goodbye. Like, this was all planned for you. I didn't have this plan. So this is my plan to go. And then if it's not going to work, then I say goodbye. And it was still, in my mind, and I have family. What is Carlos? He thinks he's a doctor. In my mind, I said, I'm going to give myself what did I say? 8 months? Because I looked at the schedule, because I had to go a few times a week to like clinic, doctor, blah, 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 hospital. So I said in about 8 months. And so that was a lot of anxiety there, because my mind was, I'm going out there. I did everything that I said that I was going to do. Now, here comes April is when I left. And the whole reason why I bring this up, because I talked to a good friend, Calgal. I talked to a good friend. And I was like, why am I feeling this past April here? Past April. It's still April. I'm doing this before my birthday, because I said, why? What? I mean, it's like yesterday. It feels like yesterday I saw her. Yesterday that she broke up. Why? I mean, because, and then she just so happened to say, what was the date that you bought the tickets? Let me talk about that. So, April last year, somewhere around, everybody kept asking me, so you going out there? For the first 6 months, maybe, I was like, yep. And then they just came and I started meeting people, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. And I was like, I'm trying to trust in God. And if you're about to take these feelings away, and if you're trying to make me feel, if I'm supposed to let go, then let me know. Let me not ignore it. So that's what I was at. I was at a meditation part. And so there was at a time, probably after 5-6 months, where I was like, I don't think I'm going to go. My doctors even knew about it. I said, hey, I got to say something, whether you like it or not. This is what I'm going to do. And I told them what I was going to do. And first she was like, are you crazy? And then I'm like, yep. And then so she's like, at least tell me what's up. So I told her. And then she was like, I need you to do some things. This is what I need you to do. And okay. Well, when she said, okay, this is all I need you to do, I didn't tell her that I don't think I'm going to go. I'm going to go somewhere else. I don't think I'm going to go. And all of a sudden, so at this time I met somebody. An interesting thing, and I hope she's all right. If you sneak and watch me, I hope you're all right. Like, at least let me know that you're okay. That was a deep connection there, and we felt each other. That was the scary part. Where, let me tell you, I met this girl. She was like, Carlos, look at me. And I'll look at her. What am I thinking right now? And I would look at her. She's like, take your time. And she would just stare at me. And I think I got like 2 out of 3 things right there. The third thing could have been right. She just fixed it up for me. And she was just like, this is moving too fast. I'm like, hey, I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to. And then like, yeah, anyway, that's always in the story. But anyways, so I thought, the moment I met her, I thought, okay, I'm listening, Lord. And by the way, I'm not saying to rush into another relationship. I'm not trying to get it, but I enjoy the company. I wasn't trying to get into it's not fair for me. It's not fair for whomever, right? And the thing is, like, she understood. I was able to say everything. She understood. That was great. Okay. But then she felt the power of my ex. That is a story. Maybe I'll say it in another. I was like, whoa. And then I had a dream about my ex. I had a dream before she felt the power. So it's not like she warned me or anything. I had the dream, and I didn't mention the dream And then I don't know, a few days, a week, I don't know, something later, she mentions my ex. And I'm like, she just won't, and I felt comfortable too. I felt comfortable. I felt like, oh, like, because I'm just feeling her every single freaking day, every single freaking day, every single freaking day. I'm feeling her, right? Please. I'm just replaying all of her words, my ex's words. I'm replaying all. Okay, so let me just move on. Let me move on. But I'm just feeling her very strongly. I'm seeing things very strongly. I'm meeting people. I've never met so many damn you-know-who's, right? I've never met. Not only that, like, okay, are you tired of this name? Let's go to the other name. And Vanguard, that's what I saw at the airport when I went to New Jersey at that trip to the trip. Vanguard restaurant. I got a friend coming into town. It's like, hey, aren't you around here? So, yep. He's like, hey, I'm at this place. Is that far from you? I said, what place? I said, oh, there's a Burger King and there's a Vanguard. I'm like, man, this was happening to me every day. Okay, so what? Like, I'm all for it. Because there's nothing. I'm not gonna do anything good for me. I'm saying that for you guys too. You guys keep walking. Keep walking. Don't trust your mindful feeling. Trust your heart feeling. I'm going to talk about that one day. All right. So there came a time where I said, I need some time to think. Because everybody kept calling you. Are you going? And like, no, I don't think I'm going. You're not? Nah, I'm not going. Like, I'm clear. And that time where I met, it all came. It was almost, what was the feeling like? The feeling was like, don't you forget about me. That was the feeling. Do not forget about me. Like, I'm not going to forget about you, but let me move on. And it was like, okay, let me show up in your dreams since you're not listening. It was just like that. The thing that messed me up was, why am I feeling her? Why am I feeling her? Because all I can replay is the last words. Because she's upset, blah, 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 and this. Like, if this is what you feel, then okay, let me honor it and reverse, you know? And it was like, Carlos, sometimes, this is somebody telling me this, Carlos, sometimes you don't know how to extinguish the ego, the pride, because it's what you're around. And I started to think of some things. And I asked a lot of people and everybody, 100%. Said, of course, even the ones who don't think that it's necessary for my feelings to be so caught up like that, said, oh, for sure, this is going on. So that was messing with me. So I said, let me look at some tickets. All the tickets skyrocket. Mind you, this is still fresh in COVID now. Was this the next year? This is the next year. This is the next last year. Fresh in COVID. I look at tickets sky high. But on my birthday, which is coming up, folks, April 27th. On my birthday, I'm looking at tickets, and this was, I'm going to tell you. So let's just say a ticket was $1,400. $1,400. That could have been one way. It might have been wrong trip. I was looking at both. And I was like, I don't know when I'm coming back. So I said, let me just look at one ways. Still like $1,100. It's like, damn. I'm like, yeah, maybe it's not meant for me to go. But then I'm not even looking at my birthday because I'm not planning on traveling on my birthday, right? But I just at the side, glimpse of my eye, I see on April 27th, $600, $800, I forgot, $600, $800, something like that. Maybe I upgraded it. It was cheap, and then I upgraded it. So it could have been $600 at that time, in which all the tickets was high. I mean, there was some tickets $5,000. And not even one way. There was no one-way trips. You had to connect somewhere. So I said, you know what? I need more time to think. I took a few days, and I said to myself, when I look again, if my birthday, if it's still cheap, not only cheap, it went lower. It went lower. I bought the ticket. Before, when I was having problem like driving or something, and I feel it or I see something, and it's not just a regular something, it's something magnificent that would happen. Before, it was just driving me crazy. And then I was settled. I was settled because once I saw it says just acknowledge, like, I feel you. I see you. I hope you're doing well. I I'm right there with you, you know? And then just go on. So for a long time it was smooth. It was smooth. And then it's even stronger. And it's almost 2 years. It's even stronger now. It's even stronger. So now I'm back to that. What's going on? You know? But tools, I have tools. Do you know which was uncomfortable? What the friend was telling me, how she prays, and she was telling me the same thing. Like, I feel, and then he would feel it. Sometimes he would show up. Like, did you want me to come? And she was like, I did. Right? That stuff was happening with me, not with different people. So that was the best. I was going smooth, and I incorporated her into my prayers every night. Or at the very least, I would say, good night, my ex. That's a good night. But sometimes when I was good, I would just start a little prayer, and because I just had maybe one day I had all sorts of dreams, and I don't know if you're reaching out for help, or just not even reaching out for help. It was just, I hope you're doing good, you know? All right. Okay, I can honestly say this is not what I wanted. I was really trying to follow and trust my feeling. Now, Carlos, I know how to separate. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, I think I didn't even know if I would like to go. I don't know, because I wasn't looking for any trouble. Well, anyways, I was really trying to trust my feelings, so I'm not encouraging you. Yes, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get her. I'm not telling you to do that. It all depends on what is going through in your system, and make sure you need to train. And there's videos out there how to trust your feelings. What happens when she's popping up in dreams? What does that mean? All that. Figure out what is going on with you. I'm not trying to encourage you to like defy what her wishes are. However it's going. My episodes are not your episodes. What I want to say is be open to tests. What a problem was for me before, I thought I was almost going to, or I thought I was supposed to have 2 days to live. That's a video out there, 2 days to live on Earth. Before that video, I was a person who let people's thoughts affect me. And how am I going to defend or prove that this is not what I feel, or this is not why I'm doing it? Trying to shut that down. That takes a lot of energy. Energy vampires. That takes a lot of energy. Now, after almost dying, like, now every now and then, when there's a group of people trying to cement it and when they keep doing, like, I don't respond, and then I go somewhere. Yeah, so he thinks that like, I never said that. This is your talk. This is not my talk. So I have to sometimes do that. But for the most part, like, that's why I'm doing this video. You are not promised tomorrow. So I'm very comfortable in doing it. Before, where I probably wouldn't have done it. Now, yes, it wasn't just that easy. My group was like, do the video. Yeah. Yes. Do the video. So, okay. Anyway, and yeah, I mean, this is good for me. Could be good for you. So, and that was the problem also. I let people's thoughts, don't let it control you. So when I got to Denmark, I met somebody. Not like that. All right. But I mean, let's be honest. There's an attraction there. There's an attraction. Now, people say, oh, you're just going to replace her? Is that what that is? That's what you're doing? That used to bother me. You can think that. That's not what's going on here. That's not what's going on. Can I enjoy? I'm not trying to, that was the first thing. I got a whole bunch of stuff to do here. But if you hang around, we can talk and all the whole, that's great. And so that's what went down. So then I was like, wait a minute, Lord, I flew all the way out here. And you let this happen? I was blaming him. You let this happen, right? But what you can find out, along with others, I still have some question marks like, why did that happen? And maybe it's a test or a quiz on, do I settle? Are you going to give more percentage than this person is giving? No, no, I'm not. And so I figured maybe that was a test. Maybe these things were tests, right? Now here we are. Oh, you want to know what happened there for the new people? Oh, I haven't made those videos public. I don't know if I'm making those videos public. Maybe I can. Let me think about this as I talk, okay? If you want to know. I mean, let me know if you want to know. But let me tell you this. No, I'm not going to tell you. Tell you this. There was times where I was going somewhere where I talked about it with my ex. And it was supposed to be her to show me these things. So it really came on me, but I knew I was saying goodbye because I knew I wasn't going to see her. And so I still felt like this is supposed to be her showing me all this stuff. There was a lot of that. Now, a person can look at you and like, oh, he's just doing so fine. He just come here. There's nothing wrong. This wasn't a serious. People can pump that. These energy vampires can pump that into a person's system. You don't try to let that consume you. I really try not to let whatever, I'm sure there's some talk, whatever, there's nothing I can do about that. All I can do is be me. Because sometimes you can kind of change your character. You kind of change it because you don't want, but look, she let you go. She let you go. So you do what you feel you want to do, need to do. And I wanted to see as much as I could before I said, I thought that was my last goodbye, but as we know now that it's not. Don't let it take an emergency for you to do what you feel you need to do. That was the one thing I thought about when I thought I was about to meet God. I was like, over half of the stuff that I've done is not what I feel like I should have done. I had this thought. I don't know how fast these thoughts was. It seemed like a long time. I felt like I was just in a dark waiting room. And I come back and I can see people who are energy vampires who say things to me. And I've told people like, they're like, you handled that pretty good. I'm like, I know. I know. Like, tell me what did you do to work on this? This, nothing. Like, I know the difference. Don't wait for something to happen like me where I was almost going to die. Don't let something happen. Work on it now. It takes effort. Because for a year, I was in a dark, dark place. And then people showed up. They have left. But I can slowly be upset. Like, this person is gone now. Like, why did you come? Why? I told you all my personal stuff. Why are you gone? But they showed up probably because God needed you to hear some of the words. And now, like, okay, there's nothing else that they can display. Okay, coming up on these days here, the last month, maybe 2 months, because time is flying. The last 2 months, I'm walking good. I'm doing pretty good. I mean, I still got a lot of stuff to take care of. I have plan A. Everybody knows what plan A is, but that's very difficult. So on plan B, and there's a plan B, I'm like, maybe I can do plan B for a while. Maybe I can do plan B. So that's my mind. And hold it, interrupt this program to bring you a special bulletin. My ex pops up. My ex pops up. My ex pops up. I'm like, damn it, I'm driving, and I'm doing my best. Now I got to do some important paperwork. I'm doing some important paperwork. My ex pops up. That's how special. This wasn't just a regular ex. This is how special she was, right? But I'm like, what? I mean, like, there's nothing to make me. What am I feeling? I talked to a friend. Oh, I didn't tell you guys. Also, I saw this new crystal shop. Don't make me forget. I was talking to my friend. But I went to this crystal shop, and we were talking, and she said, that's when she's the person who said, Danny, I'm coming to see you. I don't think that you upset me or anything. It's just in case she's watching. She was telling me about empath, and she's like, this is a good book for you to read here. And I picked up the book. The first thing that I saw was DK, Denmark. I went to a thrift shop to look for some cowboy stuff. I was looking for something. I forgot. I think it was cowboy stuff. I don't know what I was looking for, but I got a whole bunch of other stuff. And I picked up the Indiana Jones. Oh, do I have it? This damn book. You see this damn book? I mean, this is how she was popping up, right? I love Indiana Jones. I'm not thinking about Denmark. I love Indiana Jones. You feel me? I got to do something in about 10 minutes. I'm hoping I can wrap this up, or else I'll have to finish up later on. Okay, so I see these things so you guys understand. This is what's going on. It's all happening 10 times harder and faster the past month. Okay, and I talked to a friend, and she said, when did you buy the ticket? Because there was this one day where I'm like, this is too much. And I was talking to her, this is too much. Like, this is too much. Like, I can't tell you, I'm not sitting here trying to think about her, you know? Now, I'm saying that not to say for you guys, I'm not taking action. I don't believe in, you respect what the person said, all right? But I'm just telling you what's going on. So she said, what is today the day a year ago that you bought the ticket? And I said, I have to look. And I looked it up. Sure enough, April 13th. April 13th is when I messaged her and also bought the ticket. So, look, the same feelings I've had about other people. I had a friend from he's from here, but he's living in New York, trying to come back. I had a friend. I haven't talked to him. I mean, just a certain message here and there, sprinkle. And I had thought about him. And I said, hey, man, let me in a long time, hello, is everything good? Whatever I said. And he was like, hey, man, I can't really talk right now. I'm on my way to the airport. Just to let you know, I'll be out your way, so maybe we can mingle. I said, all right. He says, but I'm not flying into LAX. He's flying into the airport close to me. I'm like, this is crazy. And then when we talked, he was so happy that I'm talking like I'm talking now, the energetic stuff and everything. Same with another friend who's a pastor. I felt him for a long time, a month. Same damn feeling that I can feel with my ex. Same damn feeling. So I messaged him. I said, hey, man, are you all right? And he took a little while. And he doesn't talk like this. And he says, I said, because I feel you. I don't know if this is real or not, but I'm feeling something. There's a great disturbance in the force. And he was like, yeah, I'm struggling right now, man. I'm struggling. He's like, I thank you for checking in on me. So I'm like, all right. So if I'm feeling this with everybody, is this not what's going on here? So that's what I'm kind of learning also. But boy, it was very powerful this past. And then to find out it was that same day, I know there's something to it. So where am I right now? Well, because it was such a special thing, which I think we both would agree. I think that to throw away a diamond of a platinum of a relationship, it wasn't the right way, I don't believe. But I mean, I have no choice. I have to take it, right? The one thing I did now. Oh, and by the way, as far as in relationships and everything, like, I'm not going to, if there's something special that comes, if it's not her, if it's something that's special, and by the way, as far as her, do I look for it? No, but she was special. So, and we all go through things and we don't have the right tools, right? And I hope that she's better. I hope that she's not worse, because that sucks. That would suck, right? But I would have to talk. But the talk should be there. Like, this should be always. She'll always, even when I fully move on, or however it works, she will always be a part of me. Always. But I'm at the place, not that first year. That first year, I was trying to get her back. Now it's kind of like, it sucks. Like, and I just hope that when I see her in heaven, that I can hug her. Like, give her a good hug, however that works up there. But I hope, like, you only have so long on this earth. And then also, you don't even know when your time is up. And I just don't, I was upset with myself for letting people control my actions. And I hope that the ego and the pride is aside in you. If you're fully, because I'm feeling her. So if you're fully, I mean, I know you got to show people what they want to see. I don't care what people see from me, because that affected a lot of my whole life there, most of my life. Where am I right now? Mm, I am not searching, really. Not, no, I'm not searching. I'm practicing. I'm practicing on myself, how I handle things, and I like who I am. I love who I am, whether the other person likes it or doesn't. There's a lot of people I see, and I don't fall for it. A lot of people find me interesting, you say like that. And before, you just like the attention and everything, and you try to go for it. I don't really go for it, because it may not be what you want. What you thought you wanted. Same with the ex. Because I get these messages. That's a whole nother story. I get these messages. Yeah, but like, I'm not rushing to. Before I was rushing to be with her. I'm not rushing to be with her. Like, but if that connection, I mean, because I wouldn't bet against the connection. The connection was always there. The connection is there now. I'm in my lane. I'm in my zone. I'm open. If God brings me something, whoever it is, whether it's X or somebody else, I'm told to be prepared for July. Um, uh, if whatever happens, like, I'm open to it. Just like in Denmark, like, I'm not in the mood to look, but something happened to where, like, you can't ignore this. I don't know how I worked on that. It was after almost dying, where you take tomorrow is not promised. You take what you can take. And I did not push it or anything like that. And hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying. So that's where I am right now. That's where I am right now. Thank you for watching, and thank you for encouraging me to do this video, because I was not going to do it. I was very nervous on doing it, but not now. First, when I started, I said, okay, I got to do this, because I said I was going to do it, and I don't want it to affect my birthday, which it may. You do what you feel you need to do. Don't worry about the critiques and the criticism, and be careful of the voices, energy vampire voices. People want their way with you, and that's what happened with me. People wanted their way with me, and it affected me to almost dying. Let me tell you about a full day. I'm feeling her pretty strongly, all sorts of things going on, but forget that. Let me go home, flush her out my system, watch me some baseball. Turn on that baseball. I see Syndergaard. That's the pitcher. That's the pitcher who's pitching for the Angels. Syndergaard. And no, it's not Vanguard, but it's Syndergaard. Come on! Who's pitching for the other team? Number 62. Oh, man. Somebody's calling me. 427. They're calling me at 427. Damn it! All right. That's enough. That's enough. Let me go down the street and talk to the neighbors. Neighbors got the kids over. Hey, Carlos, can I ask you something? Like, I heard, about your ex and everything. Yeah. Who wore the pants? He's there with his girlfriend. Who wore the pants? Did you wear the pants? Or did she wear the pants? I'm just staring at him like, that was something she always said, that she wears the pants.